I was with my ex-wife, Lori, who at the time was my present wife and loved me very much. We were next to the street, walking parallel to it on the row of concrete slabs you're meant to walk on, so the cars don't hit you and make your organs fall out. Little sprigs of grass sprouted between the slabs, and I thought they looked absolutely fantastic. Lori, who I was married to, had a coffee warming up her fingers, which were short and beautiful, like her, or really attractive breakfast sausages. I didn't have a coffee, because when I drank it my stomach would wrap around itself. Things inside me would spasm until the coffee and cream splattered out of my mouth in a violent bubbling geyser, and I'd have a very unpleasant grand mal seizure, during which large sections of my nervous system would shut themselves off for about 6 months, and I'd have to be pushed around on a skateboard until I remembered how to walk again. This was the year I couldn't stop humming, and I was humming that tune. And Lori, that's my wife, Lori, though we got a divorce later after I got famous. She was still my wife during the time the story takes place. She was harmonizing with me, so I was going, and she'd be up a third, or something. I can't really do it, but she took piano as a kid and could really hold a tune. Anyhow, so this guy comes up to us, this guy like 2 fence posts tied together with a checkered cravat, and he takes out his earbud and it sounds like he's listening to a frog getting slapped against a camel. And when I ask him about it, he tells me that's absolutely right, that it's this new podcast where they slap animals against each other and then compare the sound to popular new songs. It's all done perfectly straight-faced without any sort of winks at the audience, he says. Real dry sense of humor, really funny. And I ask if doesn't that kill the animals, and he assures us that one of the hosts used to be pescatarian. Maybe it's the smell of the coffee, but I'm not feeling very well, and my wife Lori asks if I want to go home and lay down. The sound of frog slapping continues from the loose earbud, and this guy whose eyes bug from behind domed clear frames, this guy with shoulders jutting from his jean vest, dotted by pins that confuse me. It is legal to fuck a tree, one of them said, across an image of Margaret Thatcher's face peering out from a frosted donut. Another had a picture of a monster truck without any wheels. He leaned in close to me and said, I get it. Keep it up. Keep going. But I get it, and I love it. You're hilarious. I said, oh, thank you. But I really just felt very sad and frightened and ill. Lori, my wife at the time, politely asked the horrible man to please leave us alone. We turned and began to walk away, but the man hoppity-bopped alongside in match speed and laughed very loud so that we would be sure to hear him. I really get it, he said, taking a picture of us with his cellular phone. I'm gonna add you on social media. What's your gram? I tried to give the man some money to make him go away, but he just laughed at my gesture and kicked me hard in the back of my knees. Something popped in my spine, and I fell onto the pavement. There was water in my eyes that dribbled down my cheeks. The frog slapping stopped, and I heard a tinny voice from the earbud. That was a track from Jack White's new album. Wow, really good, really musical, really great, really fantastic music, and so on. The awful man tried to show me how many likes and shares his photograph had gotten, but I sometimes have difficulty with numbers, so I just said, wow, and hoped it was the correct sentiment. My job now that I'm famous is to sit in a media and advertising office in Brooklyn and pop balloons filled with yogurt while a guest celebrity reads Twitter. Occasionally there's a camera, but usually there isn't. I think the horrible man is my boss. He tries to tell me whether the guest celebrity is a big mood or not. I don't really understand what that means. Sometimes, when I think about my ex-wife Lori, I start humming and I can't stop until someone harms me quite badly.